Plan to pack up the car, truck, and hit the roadways.
AAA has just released a travel forecast to help guide travelers this season.
It definitely benefits me, not just with helping me provide food because I need it.
Every student who comes to the beach pantry drive-thru will receive a bag with fresh produce, canned goods, snacks, and toiletries.
Long Beach State alumni, faculty, and students will get to attend games at the Pyramid this season. Well, sort of.
Beach athletic supporters will not only get a cardboard cutout with their faces on it, but also a yard sign to show their support.
Plus, the governor orders a curfew for most California counties. It's all coming up next. Welcome to Campus Connection. Thanks for joining us. I'm Emily Huntenberg. COVID-19 numbers have been spiking in the past 2 weeks in California and across the nation. The governor announced a curfew for counties in the purple tier. That's 94% of the state's population. The limited stay-at-home order stops short of a full lockdown. It means all non-essential work and gatherings cannot take place from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. The idea of the order is to reduce non-essential social gatherings, and traditionally, we all tend to gather on Thanksgiving. We asked students and faculty how they plan to spend their Thanksgiving. 79% of those surveyed said they won't be traveling at all, while 13% said they would travel more than 30 miles. Airports and travel agencies are reporting a similar trend in low travel this holiday season. Here's Dawn Perkins with more.
Holiday travel may look different this year as COVID-19 cases are rising throughout the country. Long Beach Airport and travel agency AAA are tracking changes in travel activity and enforcing precautions for many passengers leaving and arriving in Southern California.
Well, the COVID-19 pandemic that we're all experiencing is expected to decrease travel among Southern California residents by more than 13%.
This year, many people are taking a different method of transportation during the holidays.
Most people will be traveling by vehicle. In fact, 92% of Southern California residents who plan to travel this Thanksgiving plan to pack up the car, truck, and hit the roadways.
Here in Rossmore, people are meeting with travel agents to plan their next trip. AAA has just released a travel forecast to help guide travelers this season.
November and December is typically when we see traditional increase in flights because people are going home for the holidays or coming home for the holidays.
The COVID-19 pandemic has caused a decline in passengers flying over the past year. However, Long Beach Airport is doing their part to keep travelers safe.
In order to reduce the spread of COVID-19, it's been very important that we up our sanitation and regular cleaning methods.
Some flyers at Long Beach Airport are ready to travel during this holiday season.
Airlines, Southwest does a pretty good job at cleaning their stuff up and spacing people out. So that's why I feel pretty safe traveling with Southwest.
Long Beach Airport officials are adopting safety protocols and sanitizing high-touch areas to help prevent the spread of germs. Airport officials ask that travelers plan ahead and follow their social media at LGB Airport for more information on any travel changes and restrictions during the pandemic. Dawn Perkins, Campus Connection.
I'm Iman Palm. Thanksgiving will look different this year. The traditional big family gatherings are no longer possible as the country deals with the COVID-19 pandemic.
We usually have my Nana come out. She's from Connecticut. She's all by herself there, but she usually comes over for Thanksgiving week and hangs out with us. But because of COVID, she can't come.
State officials are encouraging residents to have a Thanksgiving with those in their immediate household. Californians are not encouraged to travel this holiday. If they do, they are encouraged to quarantine when they return home. This voluntary mandate has disrupted people's normal Thanksgiving routine.
I would say it's only affected them in the fact that me and my family have to isolate before we could see each other.
Since people won't be able to see their loved ones for the holiday, the CDC recommends spending Thanksgiving virtually with family. These guidelines have been put in place in an effort to slow the spread of the virus.
For those that are attending or hosting a Thanksgiving gathering, the CDC also recommends to have it in an outdoor setting and to require guests to wear a mask when they are not eating or drinking. Iman Bong, Campus Connection.
The transition from traditional classes to remote classes has taken a toll on students as they try to stay focused in their hour-long Zoom classes. But for professors, they have to adjust to so much more. Keisha Young speaks to professors and instructors on how they are handling teaching during the pandemic.
Long Beach State has been doing online instruction since the ending of the spring 2020 semester. After getting news that the 2020 and 2021 school year was remaining strictly online, instructors had to prepare for what was to come.
Having that sudden switch, because there'd been so much talk about possibly needing to do it. And so in the back of my mind, I knew it was a possibility.
Todd Henneman has been a lecturer in the journalism department at California State University Long Beach for 10 years. With being an advisor, a lecturer, and a leader on campus, Professor Henneman had to adjust to the changes within his career.
I tend to over-prepare for things, and even though I did lots of preparation, it takes like a different type of energy to be teaching classes online.
Lecturers are struggling to maintain the interactiveness of their classes through Zoom, and many of them enjoy seeing their students and feeling their energy each day in class.
So I definitely miss seeing my students in person because there's like a different energy when you're in the same classroom than when you're on Zoom.
Alfred Christian is another instructor teaching beginning Spanish at California State University Long Beach, who is currently a graduate student on the campus as well.
I am a graduate student as well. My favorite part of teaching is just engaging with students, and I'm still learning,
Many professors knew that the transition to Zoom classes was very sudden, and they knew they had little to no time to prepare for online instruction.
Okay, we have to do everything on Zoom. We were kind of just told, okay, well, you now have access to Zoom, start, doing all your classes through there. And that was kind of just it. And so we weren't really given a lot of guidance.
Professors thrive off of the energy from their students, and as they are trying to provide adequate instruction, they are trying to cope during this time as well. Keisha Young, Campus Connection.
Long Beach State is bringing awareness to National Hunger and Homelessness Week for the many students being forced to choose between basic necessities like purchasing food or paying rent. Throughout this week, students can participate in the virtual event where they can learn how to properly manage their budget. There's been an increase of food insecurity and homelessness among students who are African American, Hispanic, and Asian since the pandemic hit. And as Denicia Dixon reports, ASI is still helping students with those insecurities.
Groceries only last a few days. At least that's what Louis Marai says about the food he gets from the ASI Beach Pantry. 41% of Long Beach State's student population has food insecurities. ASI is hosting the Beach Pantry drive-thru to help decrease that number. Every Friday, the Brotman Hall parking lot is packed with cars of hungry students. Louis Marai comes to the Beach Pantry each week to get a box of groceries. This opportunity gives him a sense of relief with one less thing to worry about during the pandemic.
Most certainly, for sure, the campus has been doing a great job on keeping everyone up to date with COVID compliances and so forth, so I congratulate them on that.
Originally, the Beach Pantry was located inside the USU. ASI converted it to a drive-thru because of the pandemic. Although the number of students getting groceries are limited to 200 per week, the pantry still sees high participation numbers.
We still have about between 150 to 200 students every week, but then we do provide them about the same amount of items they would get in the pantry.
Most of the items in each bag are the same, but students still have the option to select a vegetarian box or non-vegetarian box when registering online.
Every student who comes to the Beach Pantry drive-thru will receive a bag with fresh produce, canned goods, snacks, and toiletries.
When driving through the Beach Pantry, students have to drive up with their trunk open to limit contact with the pantry workers. ASI is doing the best they can to follow COVID protocols to limit the spread of the virus.
Most certainly, for sure, the campus has been doing a great job on keeping everyone up to date with COVID compliances and so forth, so I congratulate them on that.
The Beach Pantry has plans to remain as a pop-up shop until the campus reopens. Denicia Dixon, Campus Connection.
Coming up on Campus Connection, the elections have come to a closure, but how do those who voted for the third party feel? And internships are on every college student's mind. We have all that and more after the break.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
While a majority of voters choose to select President Donald Trump or Joe Biden, some of them felt a third option was the best pick. Here's Wiley Jahari with the story.
The elections are over, and some are speaking out about voting for third-party candidates.
I was registered Republican for a long time. I grew up in a very conservative household.
Shauna Konjerski is a 20-year Navy veteran. In this year's election, she was one of many who voted for a third party.
My ideals and political leanings tend to be more centered than the typical, Republican conservative line.
The election process was different this year because of COVID. Voters were able to cast mail-in ballots, and the OC Registrar of Voters say this may be the new voter preference.
We have been doing the same way basically since the 1800s. So this was the first time changing to this new model where every registered voter received a vote by mail ballot, the new model of voting that is reflecting more voter behavior.
Jackie Wu is the community outreach manager for the Orange County Registrar. All registered voters in Orange County received a mail-in ballot. Approximately 1.4 million were sent back. As for Shauna, the lack of public support for a third-party candidate doesn't discourage her from voting for who she wants to vote for.
Especially this year, it was very challenging to be a third-party supporter, because you have the people who are like, well, if you don't vote for so-and-so, then you're voting for the other person. And no, that's not the case. I'm voting for my candidate.
Yes.
If you can't get enough votes for your guy, that's not my fault, right?
Historically, Orange County has had more Republican registrations. I think in last year, it flipped where there were more Democratic registrations than Republican. However, there's a huge growing party preference that shouldn't be overlooked.
We know the story to be Democrat versus Republican, and although Orange County has the 5th largest voting jurisdiction in the nation, the no-party preference saw a record number of approximately 440,000 registered voters. Wiley Jahari, Campus Connection.
Internships have been a question mark for many students since the pandemic started. Our reporter, Trevor Gregory, has more details on what students are doing to change that.
Internships are a way for students to get in-person experience on a career path of their choosing. Usually, they present a fun and enriching experience, but this year, many students have had their opportunities taken away or restricted due to the pandemic. Thankfully, many internship opportunities have moved to an online virtual mode, where tasks and duties can still be carried out with students still getting valuable experience. Bella Arnold is one of those students, working as a social media intern for the Journalism and Public Relations Department at Long Beach State.
It's definitely been challenging to just try to facilitate like connections and relationships, because that is really like the biggest virtue of like having these internships, especially unpaid internships. It's like you're doing this all for the resume building.
Broadman Hall used to be a central hub for students eager to meet with counselors to find internship opportunities at a career experience of their choice. Ever since the pandemic started, this hall has unfortunately turned into a ghost town. Instead of in-person meetings and posted flyers on bulletin boards, students attending Long Beach State can visit the CareerLink site on their single sign-on page to look at internship opportunities and even schedule a virtual drop-in appointment with counselors for resume reviews and other help.
I know that there's been a huge pivot, right? Rather than just say, well, we're not going to have internships because traditionally they're done kind of in a face-to-face format. I think the university has done a good job in pivoting and finding alternative ways for students to carry out internships.
In addition, the Long Beach State Career Development Center webpage hosts several webinars every week to prepare students with skills to help achieve the internships they are looking to acquire. And hopefully, students will be able to visit the workplace for those experiences sooner rather than later. This has been Trevor Gregory with Campus Connection.
Coming up after the break, the decrease in recycling centers has become more apparent as Long Beach residents are struggling to find places to cash out their recyclables. And it's the season for Black Friday shopping. Shoppers and retail workers share their experience on how they are preparing for the upcoming holiday sales. Coming up next on Campus Connection.
Hi, I'm Peter. There's nothing I love more than sharing vegetables with my friends. Come on in! Help yourself to anything. That's why we give our food the utmost respect it deserves. Did you know there are simple steps we can all take to help save food? You can cook it, store it, even share it. Just don't waste it. Because when it comes to food, better ate than never. To learn more, visit SaveTheFood.com.
Planning the right amount of food is hard. The Guestimator makes it easy. Just tell it who's coming and what's for dinner. Then it tells you how much to make. And yes, it even plans for leftovers. Try it at SaveTheFood.com.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
Cal State Long Beach permanently closed their recycling center earlier this year. Reporter Isaiah Castaneda has more on the story.
For over 40 years, Long Beach State's recycling center has served as the local community's main hub to dispose of bottles, cans, cardboard, and other renewable products.
I truly loved knowing that we were doing something that was helping either the community or the students.
The center was also considered the oldest campus-based sustainability program in the United States, but then it closed permanently in April when the pandemic hit.
And then when COVID happened in March, it really was, that was really something that exacerbated the financial issues with the center, and so we felt like it was necessary to close.
Many locals relied on the recycling center because it was another way for them to get money. According to the Los Angeles Times, 40% of California's recycling centers have closed in the last 5 years. As a result, consumers have lost out on over $300 million in CRV funds. The California Refund Value, or CRV, is the amount paid to consumers when they recycle at certified recycling centers. The CRV value for containers less than 24 ounces is 5 cents. Containers larger than 24 ounces are 10 cents.
If you try and find a recycling center now, you're traveling, 5 to 10 miles, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're going there just to get like I said earlier, $10 worth, a lot of people don't find it worth it.
Over time, Long Beach State's Sustainability Center became one of the lowest funded programs on campus. The city of Long Beach still hosts various recycling centers located around town. To find your local Reclaim Hub, visit www.calrecycle.ca.gov.
Long lines, big crowds, and amazing deals define Black Friday shopping. It's a tradition that puts many in the Christmas spirit. However, this year, stores are handling Black Friday differently due to the COVID-19 pandemic. I'm Joy Rowden, reporting for Campus Connection. Large gatherings are notorious breeding grounds for a COVID-19 outbreak. LA County, having more than 4,000 new COVID cases, is forcing stores to manage Black Friday without the large crowds.
I'm old-fashioned. I still like getting up at 3 in the morning and waiting in line for 3-4 hours. And that's another thing that's changed. People now, they camp a day before.
I'm here at the shopping center on 2nd and PCH in Long Beach. Shopping malls and outlets like this one are implementing new measures such as curbside pickups, limiting customer occupancy, and starting sales days earlier. All of this is being done to help customers be safe from COVID.
I do feel safe, I think, because the stores are limiting the amount of people that are going to be inside the store. I've actually been to malls, and I don't know how it's going to be this year, where they've actually closed off parking lots just to limit the amount of people at the mall.
Shoppers can continue to expect sanitation stations and plastic barriers at cash registers, and stores will be disinfecting areas frequently visited by customers.
For me, I know it gets really overwhelming just seeing like a line of people and seeing how many things they have in their carts. But just be patient with us, like everyone's doing their job, and just kind of put us in your shoes or vice versa.
To avoid COVID, shoppers must always wear a mask, stay 6 feet apart from each other, avoid large crowds, and take advantage of online deals and curbside pickup options instead of shopping in person. I'm Joy Rowden, Campus Connection.
Hi, this is Brianna Velarde with your entertainment news. Disney fans are now able to walk the streets of Disney California Adventure for the first time in 8 months.
Disneyland has been temporarily closed for the majority of 2020, but has now reopened Buena Vista Street in Disney California Adventure.
Feel some type of normalcy to be able to go back. Usually we always go to Disneyland and California Adventures for Christmas.
A visit back to this partial reopening includes enhanced health and safety measures like face coverings, temperature checks, and social distancing, and more.
With the holidays coming up, the block in downtown LA illuminates in holiday spirit.
Holidays this year are quite different in California due to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, but that shouldn't bring your holiday spirit down, as COVID-friendly events are lighting up in holiday spirit.
I was just stopping by to grab some food from one of my favorite restaurants, and I saw the lights and I just had to stop by and take a look.
The block in downtown LA is kicking off their holiday season with their Sparkle DTLA light show, running nightly between 5 p.m. and 9 p.m. It is said to be one of LA's largest holiday displays.
I just came Christmas shopping, and I didn't even know that they displayed the lights like this. But I thought it was super cute, and I came here also to take pictures. So yeah.
Guests can experience many photo opportunities with the lights that now illuminate this shopping location. The event offers a multicolored interactive holiday light show, a 32-foot Christmas tree, and a 16-foot holiday ornament.
This place kind of reminds me of Candy Cane Lane, which is right here in Torrance, and I usually go with my family every year to just drive by, look at the lights. It gets us in a good holiday spirit.
People stopping by, whether it be to shop or go to a restaurant, can't resist but feel the holiday season at the block.
So me and my family, we don't really celebrate Thanksgiving. We just have a nice dinner. But we already started decorating for Christmas.
The Sparkle DTLA experience is free and open to all ages. Masks and social distancing are being enforced. The event is open until January 3rd for all your festive holiday photo opportunities. That's all for entertainment news. Emily, back to you.
Basketball season returns to Long Beach with exciting bundles to look out for in support of the team. Coming up after the break.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Pre-diabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
With Long Beach State's basketball set to return later this month, Beach Athletics is selling One Beach packages in order for fans to show their support. Reporter Jordan Newby has more on the story.
When there are no fans in attendance for Long Beach State's basketball, Beach Athletics turns the attention towards cardboard cutouts to be present at home games in the Walter Pyramid.
Due to everything that's going on and not having fans in the stands, being able to connect with our fans in a unique way for a one-time thing.
Beach Athletics are calling it the One Beach Package, which allows students, faculty members, alumni, and families of student athletes who can purchase a package starting at $100. Just like athletic supporter Dale Lindrum, who takes a great sense of pride watching these young athletes.
I would, love to be sitting courtside and all of those things and supporting that way. I'm just choosing to support the second best way I can.
Each fan cutout will proudly be displayed in the Walter Pyramid before Long Beach State women's basketball tips off at home on December 27th against UC Riverside.
As you take a look behind me, you'll see the Bay City's warehouse where the One Beach packages are being manufactured. Beach Athletic supporters will not only get a cardboard cutout with their faces on it, but also a yard sign to show their support.
And I think it's a great opportunity to support our student athletes, to show a little bit of Long Beach pride, and to do what you can do. We know that these are hard times for everybody right now.
Not only will you get a cutout and yard sign to show support, but before every home series, coaches are going to give a virtual chalk talk to Beach supporters explaining what the coaches are thinking with the team ahead.
We're filling it with a lot of just, virtual, unique inside looks into the athletic programs that we really haven't been able to do before.
With over 200 cutouts already purchased, Bay City's warehouse will certainly be busy leading up to the one package deadline on November 30th. Jordan Newby, Campus Connection.
Thanks for joining us this week on Campus Connection. I'm Emily Huntenberg. We'll see you next time.